Elder Litwin.
And Peter Litwin.
We've been coming here for around 38 years.
My name is Mike Coche, and this is my wife Brenda. We've been coming here since 1981.
I've been coming to Grundy Lake since I was a child, so that's about over 40 years now.
I'm Marguerite Noel, and we've been camping at Grundy for 45 years.
I'm Rita Andrews, this is my husband Len, and we've been here 46 years.
I'm Fred Hansen,
I'm Deanna Hansen.
and we've been coming to Grundy Lake since 1966.
And I'm Nancy Emerson, volunteer. I've been coming, well, the first trip in was in 1958.
I've been coming since I was 10, so that's 43 years.
Wow.
Trevor's been coming for 12 years.
Since I was a baby.
And I've been coming since 80, so whatever that is, 29 years.
Wow.
Fell in love with this the first time I came here. There isn't a more peaceful park than Grundy. It has got to be the most serene park I've ever been in.
Wow.
It's awesome here. We love it.
It's 46 years ago that we first came to Grundy. We were passing through on the way north, and we slept here at White Pine Campsite and discovered what a great place it was. So what do we like about Grundy Park? I like the many lakes. They're not too big, so you don't have to worry about big white caps for canoeing. You can go out almost any time. I love white pines. I've always liked white pine, and there's so many shorelines lined with white pine.
It's always so clean and tidy. You know, when things are, tree branches come down, they're cleaned up afterwards, and so the appearance is nice. And I appreciate that.
That's great.
And no motorboats. You don't have to worry about big waves. It makes it so much quieter. And
I'd say amen to that.
The area is beautiful.
And the people.
And
that we meet.
we've met such wonderful people,
Yeah.
and we're still in touch with a lot of them. And we've traveled quite a bit, and we've never come across a park like Grundy Lake. Never.
The park, but mostly the people. We met Noels and Balmers like early on, and that had a great deal to do with it.
Yep.
But then the park and all the activities it has to offer, and the trails, and the kids really loved it.
A lot of our friends now are pretty well passed away. The ones we used to stay with, we started in White Birch. That's where we got a bigger trailer. Well, we needed electricity,
We
so
moved over here.
we moved this way. So it's been a pretty darn nice place anyway. We like it here.
Okay, well, I think for me, my favorite spot in Grundy Lake Provincial Park is just a spot on the Swan Lake Trail, and it overlooks the walkway, and I suppose it's not for many it's probably not the prettiest spot, but for me it's just a spot that brings back a lot of nice memories from walking on the trail, and it just was a sort of a nice spot to take a rest and talk with my fiance at the time, and it's just a special place in my heart. When I come to Grundy, it's like paradise on earth. It's a beautiful place.
We like it because we like going fishing.
Yeah.
And we like going swimming, even catching tadpoles.
Great for bike riding, pike fishing, cliff diving. What's the other thing we do here?
Swimming.
Picnicking, swimming off the dock, chasing mosquitoes, swinging at them anyway.
My favorite thing about Grundy is all the trail hikes and the fishing.
The price a night was $2, and then it started to go up. We were mostly in tents. We started off in Jack Pine.
There was no hydro, and there was no running water in the park that we know of.
The water had to be pumped for your water to drink. It was still good enough, you could drink it. And there was no flush toilets, of course. And no hot water, no showers.
You have to heat it.
They used to have the old style farm water pumps.
Yeah, at each campground.
Yeah, and you used to have to haul your water by pail. Well, a lot of people still take their water by pail today. There was no comfort stations, and all the toilets in the park were pit toilets.
You took your water from the lake, heated it up in a bucket in the sun, and that's how you wash yourself and your children.
Then we used to have free firewood dumped on the each individual camping area every week.
And we would have to go and haul it back. It
there
was-
for the taking.
At that time it was free wood, only you went down to the wood yard and you had to saw your own wood and bring it back.
They used to have, to get rid of mosquitoes, and well, probably into the early 70s, they had a truck that pulled a wagon behind it that had, was it kerosene?
Yeah,
It was like a smoky
heated
cloud
kerosene.
that would come out and get rid of all of the mosquitoes. It would settle them down for a while, totally before any environmental laws came into play.
They used to spray the area for the mosquitoes and that, and they would tell you, well, put away your food and your pets.
And they'd have one of those megaphones as they were driving by, warning the campers to cover your food and put your pets inside. But the kids used to run right behind this machine, so... And of course you would breathe this stuff in. It was kind of gross, wasn't it? But it worked.
But they never said anything about the kids. So the kids would run behind the truck in the smoke. And all the kids would do it. Now our kids laugh about that today. They say, sure, Mom, put away your food, but don't worry about your kids. But it was funny, but we never thought of it, and all the kids were doing it. So.
We used to have music around the campfire, and Frank Curran, the first assistant super here, he would always come up and say, keep quiet, you're singing too loud, and then he would join with us. This is the fun we had.
It was our first year here, and we were over on Gut Lake, and Rihanna, the oldest one here, she decided that she wanted to go down close to the water's edge, and she asked Mother if she could take her shoes off.
Yeah.
She did. She got too close, put her feet on the algae, which is very slippery, and next thing you know, she was out into the lake, and the rocks went out about 5 feet, and they dropped straight off.
Okay.
So she couldn't get in, she couldn't get out of the lake, and Mom, she slid in as well. And it's a good thing I had my fishing rod. I pulled them both out with a fishing rod. So it was kind of scary. So
Yeah.
it's very slippery, and there's nowhere else to get out. And the youngest one thought it'd be a good idea to throw her shoe. She thought that would be helpful.
It was in the 80s, and we were in Red Maple, and there was a ruckus through one of the sites, And what it was a baby bear running from site to site, right down the middle. Just charging through all the sites, one after another. This bear, and we saw it just running through the sites. We didn't see Mama Bear, thank goodness, but I've never seen that before.
There used to be a dock down where the pet run area is, just a small dock, and we used to fish off of that. And one of my first, I must have been 6 or 7 years old, I caught a fairly nice bass, and I didn't know what to do with him.